What's up, LC? I'm Josh Burnett.
And I'm Brie Cosina.
And welcome back to episode 20 of Tribe TV.
Black History Month.
Black History Month to me is basically just like a celebration of our culture, not only like the celebration of our culture, but to really go into like depth of how our culture came to be, what it's about, what it's like to be Black in America, the things that we endured, our ancestors endured, the things we endure today as Black people. It's definitely important to me because I get to know more things. I do feel like it is a little bit undereducated and less educated than it should be in a lot of school textbooks and in school in general. I feel like Black History Month is celebrated but not talked about enough and not appreciated enough by people outside of the culture.
Okay, my name is Mr. Clark, and I teach U.S. history. How did it start? Well, it started years and years ago as Black History Week, and then expanded into Black History Month, and it's in the month of February. Is there anybody in Black History Month that's very prominently known besides Martin Luther King and many of the others like Rosa Parks? Yes, there are, and I've got a few of them up here on the board that you can see. One boy in particular is this individual right here, Milton Olive. Milton Olive was a young African-American from Chicago, and in Vietnam, he threw himself on a hand grenade that came into the position, and he saved 5 individuals. He sacrificed his life to save 5 individuals. Throughout the years of going to college and learning things and reading books, I have found out that these individuals are just outstanding, the things they stood for. And that is the key. I think the big key to ending racism is education. I'm
proud to be Black because I feel like the melanin in my skin makes me magic. Other people are magic too, but this melanin is popping and I am magic, okay? We go through so much on a daily basis, whether it's not directly towards us, but just knowing that there's people out there with you fighting the fight that we really shouldn't have to fight, especially not in this day. For my babies out there that are Black, you know, my melanin babies, just know you are as important as anybody else in this world. We do matter. We are people. We deserve to be treated as people. And for the people who have been abused, their rights have been neglected because they are people of color, you do matter. You are important. You do have rights, and you will fight. We will continue to fight. Whether we're not fighting directly, whether we're fighting for someone else, justice will be served for the unjust and unjust.
Thanks for teaching us more about Black History Month.
Now let's check out an interview with Mr. Jones, Lake Central's very own varsity choir director.
Lake Central has a choir class along with many other competitive teams. There is also an after-school choir that students can join. We talked to the choir director to find out more information.
Hi, my name is Nathaniel Jones. I'm the choral director here at Lake Central High School. Being the choir director here is a lot of fun. We get to sing many different pieces throughout the year, both in choir and in handbells. You work with some interesting kids. They have a lot of fun. They got to come in and are really excited about what they're doing, so that's a lot of fun. I've been the director at LC for 3 years now. This is my 3rd year after Mrs. Hobbs retired, who was actually my choir director when I went to school at LC. Well, the preparation starts, we have 1 concert every grading period, so basically as soon as the new grading period starts, we start learning a new piece. It starts with just basic individual parts, learning the alto, learning the tenor, and then slowly putting it together. If it's a fast song, a lot of times we'll start it slower and then pick up the tempo as we go once we get a handle on it. And then when we get closer, we move into the odd and get a feel for it on the stage. And with the piano, sometimes we add drums, depending on how many moving parts are. Basically, it just starts simple and we add in as we go. As we get more complex, then we memorize it, take it off book, put it on stage and try and sell it to the audience. So next choir concert coming up is May 5th. That's the classics concert, so that's mostly the more classical music. and as well as any soloists who get a gold at state at ISMA this coming Saturday. They'll also perform their solo at that concert, and then our big concert is coming up on May 16th, and that is our British Invasion, so bringing in lots of British pop and classic rock.
Keep singing and working hard.
Now Bagley's back for his nutritional facts.
Hey Lake Central, nutritional facts of the day. Popcorn is a whole grain that is enjoyed by many. The moisture in popcorn makes it pop as the kernels are heated. Popcorn is a great source of dietary fiber. And did you ever wonder what hummus is made of? It's made of chickpeas, garlic, olive oil, and a dash of lemon. Hummus is a great substitute for mayonnaise. It has been in the Middle East for thousands of years. That's a fact.
Now it's time to kick it over to the sports update.
With the Central West heading to Orlando this Wednesday, we decided to catch up with a couple of dancers to see how they feel about going into nationals.
This is my second year on JV for the Centralettes, and it's my first year going to high school nationals, which is really exciting. So since I've never gone before, I think it's going to be really exciting to see what nationals is like, and I'm really excited to see how the team does.
This is my first year on JV, and I'm super excited JV's going to nationals this year. I am just a little nervous to go to nationals just because we haven't gone, or JV hasn't gone in about like 10 years. And for us to be the first team going since then is like kind of nerve-wracking and like puts a lot on a person. But I'm super excited to be studying it with everyone down in Florida.
This is my first year in varsity, and I'm a little nervous to go to nationals, but I'm mainly excited because of how close our team is, and we've been preparing for a long time, so I think we'll have a good time. We've been working hard to win state for the 25th year in a row this year. I think we're very prepared for it, and hopefully our hard work pays off.
Going into nationals this weekend, I do feel a little bit of pressure because I am a freshman on varsity, and I want to do good for my team and my coaches. The vets on the team have really prepared us for what's coming this weekend. The first day we get down to Florida, we have an all day of practice, and then we compete in prelims and finals. I can't wait to see what this weekend holds for Lake Central.
We want to wish the best of luck to the Centralettes.
The hockey team beat Bishop Mill 5-1 this past weekend. They also beat Crown Point 4-0. Make sure you come out and support them this Friday as they face off against Munster for the last Roper Cup playoff game. On Sunday, they will play the Roper Cup final at 6:20 at Midwest on Sunday. Make sure you come out to Midwest and support the hockey team. The gymnastics team placed third at the DAC Championship with the score of 110.4. This score was good enough for a new team record. The ladies broke a school record with their floor exercise. The girls will head to Chesterton on Saturday for sectionals. Good luck, ladies.
The boys basketball team unfortunately fell to Marquette Catholic Tuesday night, but the offense was on fire and Nick Anderson had a game-high 23 points. The Indians will look to get back on track on Friday night, which is also senior night, as they face off against the McCutcheon Mavericks. The season doesn't just end there yet. Sectional play starts next week, and the sectional bracket came out last Sunday. The Indians will face off against the team up north, the Munster Mustangs, and could possibly have a rematch with the Crown Point Bulldogs. These sectionals are next week at Crown Point High School. We talked to Kyle Blum and Nick Anderson to see how they feel about this year's sectional bracket.
When I first realized that we drew Munster, I was actually really excited. Most people say it's a tough draw, but the more tough it is, I think the more excitement around it's going to be and the more fun it's going to be. I'd say, yeah, I feel a lot more motivated because Munster has everything to lose this year. They feel like this is the best team they've put together for in a while, and for us to go in there and beat them 2 years in a row, knowing how it happened last year, would be really big.
The difference between sectional and regular season is like substantial. Sectionals is just, the atmosphere is just crazy. There's just so many more people, and you're actually like, it's survive and advance, and you're just playing to win. And if you lose, you're gone. I mean, we were the underdog last year. Nobody except us really thought that we were going to win sectionals last year, and we almost had that same mentality this year, and we expect to win. What I want to see from the students is a big section, because having a big section is, it's very exciting, and it just hypes everyone up on the team, and it just makes the game more fun.
The Indians look to repeat as sectional champions as the underdog. Always follow the Lake Central Fan Section Twitter for themes and announcements for sectional play next week.
Congrats to the boys swim team on placing second at sectionals with a score of 442.5 on Saturday. The boys set a new record in the 200 free relay. They will travel to IUPUI to compete in state this weekend. Best of luck to the boys.
We want to thank everybody tuning in this week's Sports Update as brought to you by Chicagoland Popcorn. Have a good day, everybody.
Thanks for the update.
Now let's check out a pretty cool LC crib.
Hi, I'm Cindy Hurley. Welcome to my classroom. As part of fashion merchandising, we have to build displays of store windows, and so 3 times a semester we have different topics, and the students in my 1st and 4th hour classes build a window display for the theme. As you can see, our most recent theme was Valentine's Day, and this wall was voted the best of the 6 walls in class. It was done by my 4th hour fashion merchandising students, and it is a flower shop, as you can see, filled with items you might want to buy for Valentine's Day. This wall was done by some of my 1st period students, and their idea was a department store that's running a Valentine's Day special, encouraging people to come into our store, have fun, but still buy some new cosmetic products. Right here, these are puzzle pieces of life, also done by my personal financial responsibility students. It depicts where they are financially in their life now, and where they would like to be by the age of 30. Our life is made of a bunch of pieces, and so they made their first piece to set out a path of where they want to go in the next 12 years. Well, these are LC Kiosk, my strategic marketing class, which is a dual credit class you take after marketing. We said, what if the school had a little store where you could buy snacks and school supplies in between classes or before after school? And so they designed kiosk of what we'd like to sell, and they did pricing strategies also. These are the best ones as voted by their classmates.
That was a really cool crib.
Now let's see what goes on in the field house after school hours.
Hey Lake Central and community members, looking for an inexpensive way to get in some exercise during the week? Become a walker.
I think the walking program is unique. There are many facilities that are rented by different organizations, basketball and volleyball and so forth, in all of the schools, not just the high school. So they make them available to communities at a lower price than they make to other individuals who don't live in the tri-town. There was a feeling that the community had helped build this beautiful high school, and they wanted to make sure that the facilities could be open to all community members so they could enjoy it also. That program was actually in existence before I came here to Lake Central, so I just continued in the same tradition. We get a good amount of people that come every day, on Mondays and Wednesdays rather, and I would say at least 40 people each time.
Every week, Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 9, unless we have school off that day, Lake Central opens the community up to come walk. It's from 7 to 9, and now we're upstairs in the upstairs gym. Come stop by and we'd love to have you here.
Come check out the LC walking program before it ends March 20th.
I know what I'm gonna do tonight.
To wrap things up, we're going to look at an LC student who decided to change her name.
Hey Lake Central, have you ever thought of legally changing your name? Recently, a girl from LC changed her name from Haley to Honey. Let's go check it out.
My name is Honey Nilsson and I am a junior. My original name was Haley Nilsson. I decided to legally change my name because I've been called Honey my whole life. It just kind of was my name. Haley was more of a formality, and I was tired of that being put on all these official records when it just didn't feel like my name. I believe I needed my birth certificate. My mother had to be present, well, at least one parent, so she had like her identification, her driver's license, and then she had to get forms notarized, that kind of thing.
85,000 people changed their name last year. To change your name, you need to have proof of identification. You can change your first, middle, and last name. It costs $150 to $500 for filing fee.
To be honest, everyone kind of knew me as Honey anyway, So it wasn't much of a surprise when I legally changed it. People didn't know that my name was Haley to begin with, so they were more so surprised that my name wasn't Honey. I think it was actually my mother's idea to legally change it because I was starting to get my permit, my license, and I'm gonna be like graduating high school soon. And it was just a better idea to have Honey on all my legal documents instead of Haley because it doesn't feel like my accomplishments when I get an award that says Haley instead of Honey on it. I was originally named Honey pretty much since birth. It just never was my legal name because in my parents' eyes it didn't sound formal enough if I grew up to become some important person. Just Honey isn't a name that can be taken too seriously. And I actually have had problems of people just not taking my name seriously because either it makes them uncomfortable, which in turn makes me uncomfortable because it's been my name my whole life. Legalizing it just was the formality of it.
That's all for today. I'll see you, catch you next time. I'm Bree Cosina.
And I'm Josh Burnett.